BillyKayaks here with Strictly Kayak Fishing, and we're here with Corey Chatron, the winner of the recent Ohio kayak fishing. I'm thinking because I'm like it was number 5, I think.
It was.
Yeah. Mosquito Lake, Mosquito Creek Lake. I always go back and forth on what that lake is called. Mosquito Lake, Mosquito Creek Lake. Northeast Ohio has so many big fish, and everyone was excited. We had, I think, we put on social media, we had like 6 fish over 20 inches. So it was going to be a really good day for the people that found the fish. And Corey, you were the winner. Congratulations.
Thanks, Billy. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. And where are you? You said you're on vacation. Like, where are you
I
right now?
am. I am in a. I don't want to give up any waypoints, but I'm on a little lake in northern Michigan right now that's got a pretty good smallmouth and largemouth population.
Oh, shoot. Have you been out all day or just evening bite or what?
I've been in and out today. We are some people might not like this, but we like to keep a few fish and have a fish fry at the end of this trip. So,
Well,
you
heck
know,
yeah, man. Eat them. Eat them.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Delicious. Uh, Anything big today?
Uh, I lost the big one, but nothing really to write home about. It's a bunch of good eaters, we'll say.
There you go.
Yeah.
So let's, man, let's just jump in and talk about the day that you had. Were you able to pre-fish?
I did not pre-fish.
Oh my gosh, I didn't either. But then you found them. So do you have history? You have history on the lake?
I have a little history on the lake. Historically, I fish. I mean, I'll tell everybody I fish north of the causeway. Usually find a pretty early limit there consistently, but size has been lacking over the past couple of years. So I decided that I was going to completely change it up. Saw a couple things on Navionics and had heard some whispers about the quality of the grass not being very good anymore after they just recently had a grass kill and the fishing wasn't great. And I just kind of tried to block that out and just go fish new water and go have some fun, and it paid dividends.
Yeah, and I see you have your OKF hat. Every winter,
I do.
an OKF hat. So congratulations on that. And
Yeah,
the check was pretty good.
the check was great, man. Check was a nice little bump. Late in the season, I've been tracking, a lot of the guys in the COKFL, Central Ohio Kayak Fishing League. I sent out an Excel sheet earlier this year and let everybody kind of use it. Hey, here's your winnings for every event. Here's your inches per lake, average scores, how to track the rest of the field, etc. And so I track my earnings each year, and this year was looking like it was going to be pretty close to kind of net zero, but that check put me over the edge, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, and you at the measuring, you we were kind of talking a little bit. You said that you obviously you won like 3 events in a row, but so it's like you're on a recent streak, right?
I'm on a good summer bite. Yeah, I'm on a little streak right now.
Yeah. So you don't pre-fish, you have some navionics information, you go out, and then did it work out? Like, was it like that morning bite that you thought where you got a limit early?
I did have a limit by 8:30 ish, but it wasn't a great limit. I think it was like maybe mid 70s or something. I'm a sucker for riprap, and I found a bunch of fish on riprap, and they just weren't the quality of fish that I was looking for. And I got the confidence early, getting an early limit, which helped me kind of. I switched to big baits, and that was the difference maker. I'd say, shortly thereafter, I think it was maybe 9:15, 9:30 ish. That 20 and a half bit on a mag fatty. And I thought it was a catfish. Didn't even grab the net and saw it was a largemouth and kind of started freaking out and got the fish in the boat. And, you know, to have that size fish and that kind of bag that early in the day, you got a chance then. So the whole mindset kind of changed. It was a strange morning too. Like I forgot my sunglasses. I was doing this new thing where I set up a DeWalt portable fan in the back of my black pack because I knew it was going to be a hot day. And I was like so focused on making sure that that was set up correctly and that I'd be comfortable that I was just kind of forgetting things. But um, in hindsight, it paid off because if I would have went back and got my glasses, I never would have been in that spot where that 20 was at that time because that the point I caught that 20 and a half at was just getting crushed all morning and all day with the other two bass tournaments. And I finally had a window to fish it. And I mean, I rolled in there right after a bass boat, and that guy was like, "Damn, dude, I just fished that thing for 20 minutes." I said, "Yeah, I'm just, you know, right place, right time, I guess."
Yeah, it was so you're saying later in the day. So sun comes up. Obviously, we all forget our sunglasses when we launch in the dark. So
Yeah.
the sunglasses, you're not thinking about that. And if they're in your visor, you just leave them there, whatever.
Yes,
Yeah.
they were right up in my little sunglass holder in the
Uh,
truck.
I took my son with me and I was like, put your sunglasses, clip them on your shirt in the morning because the number one thing I forget is my sunglasses.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and then the sun comes up and you just hear it. You know, they're coming out of the south ramp and they're just like, where you can hear
Oh
them
yeah, dude. I
zooming.
saw them all running across the lake, and I was like, "Oh man, here we go."
Yeah. And I was at the south end of the lake and none of them stopped. And I was like, oh boy, I might be in the wrong spot.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's always good to catch a fish around a bass boat that's in a tournament. Yeah,
yeah.
that's got to be fun. So
It's a good feeling.
did you flip it or did you just lip it, scoop it? How'd you get in the boat?
Oh no, I netted him, dude. Well, once I saw him, I mean, he came out of the water two or three times, and I thought there's no chance at getting this fish in the net. He was so aggressive and just angry as hell. And I was, like I said, I thought it was a catfish, so I really wasn't, you know, I didn't have a lot of skin in the game in the moment as far as trying to fight that fish to get him into the boat. So I even remember I reached back three different times trying to pull my rod up and get my net under that fish, and he would just dig and drag peel. And he came out of the water a couple of times doing all that too. So it was lucky to get him in the net, and it was an electric moment.
Yeah, I mean, it helps when you catch them on a single hook. It helps a little bit
Yes,
of the confidence.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, there's no treble hooks working against themselves and working against you. Yeah, even the jackhammer hook, I'm pretty nervous about most of the time.
Um, so you get him in the boat. You're saying you were thinking, all right, now I got a chance. What time is it? Like 9:30
It
ish?
was 9:30 ish or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So what was your plan the rest of the day? What your mindset? You're in the right place, but then what'd you do going forward from there?
Yeah, so energy was high. I even I took out a scale and weighed him because he was kind of fat. He was a 4.4. I mean, a decent fish. Um, Gathered myself. Um, my buddy Jason Klempa was fishing over like down along the way, and we were sharing some Cheyenne smokes that day. Some of these guys, a little bit of tobacco, and I was like, "Hey man, I ran out of smokes. I need a smoke." Grabbed a cigarette basically, or a little. They're called mini cigars, and then we just started fishing like within I don't know 150 feet, 200 feet of each other on that flat, and we were catching fish left and right. And then that bite died. It was very bite windowish. Um, Lasted maybe 15, 20 minutes. I lost two good ones right away, two upgrades, and I was kind of down in the dumps. And then there was this bass boat that just kept pressing me. He was getting a little close. I think he was showing some kids how to use electronics because they had that high school tournament going on, I believe. And next thing you know, I was like, I'm out of there, dude. There's another flat. I'm going to this flat. So I just take off and I'm casting as I go. I think I caught a crappie on the way down there. It was really strange. And I'm like, man, this is just not going how I want this to go. And there's a ditch in this flat. You could see it. It dropped off from like 6 feet down to 8 feet. And then kind of that 8 feet sucked out to the main body down to like 15 feet. And I just started throwing at the point of that ditch. And I caught, it was around noon, I think, or 12:30. I caught an 18 and a half, a 17 and a half, and a 16 and a half, all within like 10 minutes. And that's when I think my bag was 89 and a half inches then. And I was like, holy crap, man, let's get this over 90. I started looking at Tourney X and saw that I was in the lead and that I had a chance, but Riffle was, I think he had like a 14 and change or like a 15. And I thought for sure he was going to upgrade. I'm like, man, if I don't catch another fish, it's over. So that was kind of in the back of my mind the rest of the day. I worked back down that flat, casted around like an underwater hump out there that was littered with boats. And then I lost 2 more good ones. And I was like, that was my chance. It's over. I'm not going to take it down. It is what it is. Like, you had your opportunity, you screwed up. And then I was unloading my boat. My wife called me and she's like, when can people submit fish to? She knows the answer to this because she asks me this all the time. Asked me it anyways. And I was like, 3:30 is the check mark. I'm just going to unload my boat and I'll take a peek when it's all over. And then one of my buddies, Owen Klein, he texted me at like 3:35. He's like, congrats, dude. So I knew it was on.
Yeah. How do you feel about tournaments going dark so that people don't know? It's like mixed.
I like it. I mean, traditionally, I feel like we did that a lot. Like BKFT, I feel like we did that a lot. Maybe even OKF did this a little bit last year. I can't remember.
A little bit.
Yeah. I like it. I think it makes everybody, like the guys that are in the top 10 that have a shot, everybody starts fishing really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you kind of start thinking about the guys that upload late.
Yes.
They're not always sandbaggers. Some of them that's their strategy. They don't want superstitious or whatever reason.
Yeah.
I think Hannigan is one of them. He uploads late.
He is.
Yeah. Drew Gregory in the national tournaments, he always does that. He'll upload if it's a big fish, he'll upload it, but then he holds all the other ones, and then it goes dark, and you're like, I don't know who's gonna jump.
Yeah.
Standings.
Yeah. I think this year more than ever, like even in our Wednesday nighters, COKFL, and some of these other, bigger weekend tournaments, I've been like, my strategy has been focused on fishing, get your bag, and then upload your fish. Because once you have your bag, unless you get a big fish, then get that big fish uploaded, because that's the tiebreaker usually, is the timing.
Yeah.
But yeah, get your bag, then upload your fish, and then kind of reset. Think about how the morning went. Think about, what pattern's working, and then just go back out there like fresh start and try and fill another bag. And I was pretty lucky. Like by the end of Mosquito, I think I had 15 keepers that were probably all over 14 inches. So I had a pretty good day. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. And you said Central Ohio Kayak Fishing League. So shout out to Nada.
Yeah.
You guys are uploading them to Facebook, and then I can just see right now Nada sitting in the truck trying to judging the fish.
Yeah.
While everyone's talking about how good of a day they had. So yeah, some of those other tournaments, the Wednesday nighter is like so cool. Anyone in Central Ohio, you guys fish Hoover, Alum, Griggs, and then he'll have like other random tournaments.
Yeah, we do one weekender. So the series is typically 22 events. We do every Wednesday from, I don't know, it's like maybe the end of April until, we only have 2 more Wednesdays left. So end of this month. And then we do one weekend tournament. Like this year we were supposed to do Buckeye, but it was bad weather, so we canceled. We did Madison. They are doing a float on the Columbus River, or on Scioto River in Columbus this weekend. And then we did Knox Lake recently, which was fun. That's a great lake.
Oh yeah. And then it used to be like the Wednesday nighter in Columbus used to be a great way to kind of, I don't know, get your feet wet, like forward. It still is. But when you show up to the ramp and you see some of the anglers, if you know their trucks and their boats, you're like, oh boy.
Yeah, the talent's legit. Like Ryan Parker showed up a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
We got some local hammers in there too. I mean, it's a really good group of guys. And I think it's a great way to sharpen your skills throughout the season and kind of get in tune with the bite. Mosquito fish pretty similar to alum, and I had just cracked them on alum the week prior. So that was kind of part of my success, or maybe like 2 weeks prior, but that summer bite has been cruising for the last 3 weeks. And it's actually, the water temp is a little behind Ohio up here. So it was hot today, and the temperature came up, and it was kind of that same summer bite that's been working down in Central Ohio. So
Yeah, man, it's like the rut with the deer. You go,
Yeah.
wait a minute, we're in Ohio. We're a couple weeks behind or whatever. Also shout out to not just Central Ohio Kayak Fishing League, but your buddy Jason. He did well in the tournament.
Yeah, Jason Klempa, cash a check. He's a real good friend of mine. We fish every Wednesday nighter together, and I was super excited to see him, Jimmy Calderon. He's definitely been getting a lot better here recently, and he's starting to crack them on Wednesday nighters. He's a real threat. Um, he's brought a few buddies to Wednesday nighters too, so I was really happy to see him do well and to get three people. And I think Hannigan might have finished top 10 as well, and he's a COKF feller. He hasn't got to fish as much this year because of his kids and sports, but to see like 3, 4 guys in the top 10 out of Central Ohio was pretty cool.
Yeah, and then also he wasn't fishing our tournament because he was out in the Susquehanna for the Kayak Adventure Series, but Quentin Eccles.
Yeah, yeah,
Quentin
he caught a native big bass hour. He cashed a check there, so he put
fourth
up a
place.
pretty good bag too.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a really cool tournament. Nada, when I started with all this fishing stuff, crazy fishing tournament stuff, Nada was always doing the major ends and everything. And I kid him a lot when I do the major and I'm like, I'm just trying to channel my best Diedrich Nada. So Dick, he's a great guy. And
Yeah, he's awesome, man.
yeah. Um when you said you were out there like the offshore hump and then the ditch and all that stuff, is that like stuff that you could you see it or that was all on electronics?
All electronics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they had a couple of buoy markers at that hump. Everybody knows that hump that's over there by that marina, but
Or just
that
look for
really
the
didn't
boats.
produce.
Yeah.
What's that?
Just look for the boats.
Yeah, look for the boats. I mean, to start the day, to see that there was only a few of us that were fishing, like I said, I'm a sucker for riprap, so I was inshore to start the day, and to see all the, like, once the bass boaters got out there and to see them all offshore, it was definitely making me a little nervous, but that 20 and a half came at the perfect time. I didn't have to really change my strategy too much. My plan was always to go hit some offshore grass, and I was super happy to see that it wasn't. Everybody said it was pretty destroyed, at least in the area that I was fishing. I did notice a little bit of dead grass in a few spots, but nothing like what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. I know I was fishing down on the south end and maybe fishing history because I didn't pre-fish. And it was like there's tournaments where there might be like 10 or 15 boats lined up on the grass edge, six,
Yeah,
7, 8 feet of grass, and they're just lined up, and it was pretty empty. And the boats that did the bass boats that showed up, they would just be there for like 10 minutes and they would leave. And I was like, I don't know. I kind of knew. I was like, well, I might get lucky and catch some, but um, yeah, it seems like everyone. And then at the measuring, when I was like, were you fishing north or south? And then I realized the causeway is kind of everyone's like gauge.
yeah, that's the marker. Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute, the causeway is like pretty far north.
yeah, the whole lake is south. There's
Yeah, yeah. So
like before you get to the inaccessible fishing area that you're not allowed to fish on the north side. There's not much room up there.
yeah. And anyone watching this or listening to this that might want to fish Mosquito next year, don't fish. It's protected area up there. Don't go up there and fish.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
the I think game warden went up there and tried to chase some people away. They weren't in restricted area or anything, but you got to know the rules. So we might do some captains meetings next year, but it's kind of weird. Like I don't want to get into all the things because and then Kayak Adventure Series had some things where some guys were fishing at the dam, and
I heard.
yeah, it was a little bit of
Yeah,
drama. So just know
yeah,
the rules, and then you know, before I don't know, cause any drama or talk about it with your fishing buddy or whatever. You don't know. You don't know what was going on. So there's nothing wrong with reporting it, but most of us are recording. We have waypoints. Tournament director can go in and check the waypoints and see. So yeah, just know the rules. That's my message. Public service announcement to everyone, and we might do a better job of doing captains meetings next year for anyone that's new. But Mosquito always seems to be the one where there's that line. I think CJ Brown has some signs where it says "Don't fish up in here." And there's just little things like that. Make sure you have your flag. Make sure you have a 360 light. All those things. So make sure you know the rules. Uh,
Yeah. Clear Fork's another one too. You can't really fish a lot of the north side of that Clear Fork just because it's protected duck hunting lands.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They did something like that. Nimisila. They
Yep.
Yeah, and I used to love fishing between those islands and around the island,
Yeah.
Nimisila, and
Yeah.
no, there's birds. I'm like, dang birds.
Yeah, that was a good spot when they closed that off.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Uh,
Yeah.
but Mosquito, I think in that north end, I don't know if it's like a musky habitat or whatever. Did you catch any? You caught the crappie, but did you catch any other off species fish?
Oh no. So I know my buddy Matt Stutz fished it, and he sent me a picture later of like a or no, the night before maybe or the day before he sent me a picture of like a 20 and tell me if I'm wrong, Matt, but I think it was like a 26 or 27-inch walleye, which was epic to see come out of Mosquito. Like that's a really good quality fish. And then Klempa caught two walleye that were like 19 and 23 inches or something. So we are kind of joking, like after the tournament, like, man, we should have kept all these walleye. We could add a little fish fry.
Oh, 100%. They'd be
Yeah,
delicious. Don't let me
yeah.
keep them, but you guys kept them.
Yeah.
So you're up there now. What do you? I mean, obviously you alluded to like keeping fish, so I think you meant bass. But
Yeah, yeah.
are there other like fish up there, like crappie or walleye?
I'm sure this population has some crappie. It definitely has walleye up here. But really just people don't realize, I mean, this water's so clean in most of Michigan that I mean, really anywhere bass is good eating, but up here, smallmouth and largemouth are like you can feed it to somebody and they think they're eating walleye or perch. So I mean, it's really quality fish, really good quality lakes here, clean water. It's good eating for sure.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of YouTube videos or articles on like we probably should be keeping. We can't in a tournament. You
Yeah,
can't. You can't. You can only have five. Well, I mean, in a bass tournament, but you in a kayak tournament, you can't. You catch and release, so you have to let it go. But I wish there was a way where we could keep more fish. I mean, obviously, it would be good for the population of fish. So
yeah. I think some guys, I know a lot of the guys follow some of the local like creeks and rivers pages and smallmouth pages. And there's a lot of guys that get pretty heated about people keeping fish, but
oh man, they get triggered in a
they
hurry.
do. They do.
Yeah,
I do this once a year. So, I take one deer a year and I eat a few bass every year. So
yeah,
it's it's it doesn't really bother me too much. I mean, as long as you're following the rules and you're not abusing it, I think it's totally cool.
right. Um, I want to pause just for a minute to give a huge shout out to our main sponsor. I got the shirt on, Strictly Kayak Fishing. So that's the podcast. Um, yeah, Strictly Sail and Kayak down in Cincinnati, Ohio. If it wasn't for them, I mean, there's so many things. Trophies. Sean Skidmore takes care of the trophies. Hannigan's doing stuff behind the scenes. I'm doing this stuff behind the scenes in the majoring. But I don't. Maybe this isn't behind the scenes. This is on camera. But there's so many people, and then Brian Tacey. If it wasn't for Strictly, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. So huge shout out to them. Anyone listening, if you guys need anything for your kayak, anything at all, or a new kayak or a trailer, you need anything, uh, reach out to Brian Tacey down at Strictly Sail. Make sure you get what you need to put all those fish in the boat. So thank you to them. All right, back to what we were talking about. What else? So it's getting later in the day. Well, no, you already kind of walked us through all the way up to when. So did you had family at the major inn?
No. I drove up Friday after work. I left a little early from work. Um, got down there maybe 6 o'clock or so. We shot the shit, smoked some cigars, and kind of in bed by 10:30. A few guys, had got together and just we had a good time. I was out with some customers on the golf course that day, so I was already pretty beat up, and I I was happy to be crawling into the back of the truck and going to sleep.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are the customers doing? Like,
Uh,
what are you selling stuff?
so, um, I I've been working with a company, Performance Contracting Incorporated. This is like one of our safety shirts. I recently switched roles from operations to like a senior sales position, and um, it's really just we do metal studs, drywall, and acoustical ceilings at the highest level. Like we're the largest drywaller in the country. So we work with a lot of the major general contractors in Columbus and out of state. We got two branches in Ohio now. Started down in Cincinnati 6 years ago, and I've been helping out here in this Columbus branch since we opened it up 4 years ago. So I put together, along with another team or a few other team members, just drywall proposals essentially. Um, hey, these are your architectural drawings. Here's your number to do it. Like if we're going to get the drywall package.
All right.
So
I love that you're, making a living in Columbus and living in Columbus, but you brought it up. I didn't. Who Dey? Go big. You said you were a Browns fan, so
huge Browns fan. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I had to throw that in. So,
Hey, Shadur's looking pretty good. You guys better look out.
oh, you know what? We don't have to wait long. So we
Yeah, I know. I know. Me
we
and my brother-in-law always go to the games each year, so I'm pretty excited.
you go, assuming you go to the game in Cleveland.
No, we switch it each year. So this year I think we are going to Cleveland.
Okay, because
Yeah.
we book in the schedule. So we start. I say we. I'm on the team. Mike Brown called me. Katie Blackburn. They were like, "You're on the team." So we start with the Browns and we end with the Browns. So yeah, kind of a weird schedule, but it is what.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Shador looks pretty legit, and we'll see what happens. Crazy
Yeah.
fourth string, third string going in, and looks like he's the favorite to get the start. So we'll see what happens.
We will see.
Three,
Just the preseason, dude. Preseason. I'm not getting too excited.
probably. Yeah, I'm excited, but yeah, it is what it is. Um, so talk to me a little bit about like I see you're in a bass boat now, and but talk to me about like how did you get into fishing, and then how'd you get into kayak fishing?
So fishing, as a kid, I grew up on the Chagrin River on the east side of Cleveland. Um, and like me and my buddy Nick at the time, we would spend every waking moment in the river, literally just walking with like, God, like the cheapest spinning reel. I don't even think the brand exists anymore. Like a combo setup and just throwing rooster tails, like just catching anything and everything. Um, would never wear shoes or anything. Like it got to the point my parents were joking around or my buddies called me river feet because my feet were just leather, dude. Like try and do that now. I'm like gushing blood. Just slip on one rock. But yeah, that's how I got into fishing. And then when I moved down to Cincinnati, Michael Pippin, you might know him. He's fished some BKFT, he fishes a lot of CKF, and he's fished a couple of OKF events since BKFT was dissolved. Um, he he's my drywall rep for National Gypsum. And he said, "Hey man, I know you love to fish. Let's like get a kayak. Let's go fish this tournament." I think the first one I fished, I had a Ascend 10T, and we were at Cowan Lake for a CKF tournament. And like the wind was ripping that day. I was paddling. I like launched down near the south side and paddled my ass all the way up to the island, and it was just I didn't know if it was for me. Oh, got a little wake there, but there we go. And then kind of my boat just
Are you
there
good?
we go.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see you.
spot
Yep.
locks back. So uh yeah, I got involved, and then I kind of showed up for a few COKFL tournaments, and was a little discouraged, didn't catch a lot of fish. Finally caught my first fish, and then decided the next year I was gonna hit it a little harder, and I did. Ended up fishing a lot of events, um, and finished in a decent spot for Angler of the Year by the end of the year. And then that was really like started getting into the bigger tournaments a few years back. Started being more consistent. That was kind of the hardest thing. And then really fell even more in love with it. I think it was an Ocos tournament. My first big win. It was like Lake Lorme or something. Hit and got the W there, and then it just blossomed from that. Like, got addicted as everybody does when you're into this, like with the kayak build outs. And I went from the Ascend 10T, sold that, bought a Big Fish 110, sold that, like tried to rig out a trolley motor for it, sold it, got rid of it, and then bought after that I bought a Kaku Zulu, like a Florida Flats fishing boat. Kevin Hawkins is the manufacturer of those, and then got rid of that and bought Titan X from Dustin Hoy and ran down there. Actually, it was by the blessing of the Browns that I was able to afford that boat, because Kareem Hunt and Njoku went off those 3 weeks, and I bet both of them to score touchdowns like week after week, and it paid me like $750. So I went and bought the Titan X and had some good winnings from that season as well. And then I've just kind of been cruising with that. You know, they came out with the hammer, and I'm definitely eyeing it, so we'll see what happens. But now our garage has this Lund, and then we got like 4 or 5 kayaks in there now.
Also, you kept them. You didn't even like sell them. You just kept all.
I did. No, I sold those and I bought more. So I've got a Salty 120 in there, in Old Town, the Titan X. I've got a NRS Cuda inflatable. And then I bought my daughter, who is only 2.5 right now, an Ocean kayak.
Yeah.
Brand.
She needed that.
Yeah, she needed it for sure. I was telling my wife that. Yeah. She's like, yeah, okay, buddy.
So you're set up for obviously big water, and with the inflatable, you're set up for the creeks too.
Yes. I'm hoping my wife doesn't listen to this, because she'll know that I'm going to buy it, but I'm going to buy an NK 180 Pro and put it on the Cuda for the river tournaments.
Oh yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
And what, you have a spot lock on your Titan X?
I do. Yeah. I've got an XI3 on there. So
yeah. So you need the NK 180. Of course you do.
Yeah.
Hey, Strictly Sail has them. I know you talked about Raccoon Creek. We love Dustin.
Yeah, I'll be hitting Tacey up. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, those are good. And then I think I remember someone saying they called them like brushless, or the 300 was like the Pro. I have a Torpedo, so but I think all of them are brushless now. Like the 180 is the newest updated. So they're all good. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Yeah. I know. I've heard that they've been having like a couple of remote problems with the controller, like connecting with the identifier, but I mean, you're gonna have problems with whatever eventually, you know.
Yeah. That, and then that's part of the fun too, like rigging it up and then on the water.
Yeah.
Part of the fun. And then do you plan to go with the motor? You just cover more water on the creek? Do you plan to go upstream?
Yeah, upstream. Like, so what we had, it was Ocos Columbus Rivers, or no, OKF Columbus Rivers recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really disappointed that day. I lost a couple of big fish, and the 2 winners launched where I launched, or not the 2 winners, the dude who finished first and the dude who finished third. They were right there when we launched, and I started heading north, and they both took off in their motors and just like destroyed my entire path of where I was going to fish. So that was the juice. Apparently that was the stretch. And if I had a motor, I could have been right there,
Yeah.
but the river was still moving pretty good. And I was a little late. It was a really tough launch where we launched at. It's just a big pain, and not having a motor. That was the game changer that day. Like, I wasn't planning on running a mile north, and they just beat me there.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you didn't have to wait long for redemption.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, this, qualifying for the Bassmasters National Championship last year, and then that whole ordeal that happened that you're aware of, I'm sure.
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I was obviously super disappointed and upset at the time, but kind of was hoping that I could crack a big win this year and get a little bit of redemption. So I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling really good.
Heck yeah. Well,
Yeah.
was there, so that was your moment with the 180 that you haven't bought yet, that maybe your wife's not listening. But was there a moment when you knew you wanted or needed the XI3? Like a lake that you
Oh,
on?
like I mean,
All of
I've
them?
had I've got a Tarova on this Lund, so it was like as soon as I got that boat, it was a no brainer. Like I'm not gonna rig up a trolling motor in the rear anymore and try and make it work. You know, I'm just gonna buy the right plates, buy the quick disconnect, and just do what I wanted to do. So I bought XI3 from some guy in Zanesville that he had barely used, and then cut the shaft down. I think I talked to Robert Weicker about cutting the shaft down. He gave me a couple pointers on how to not cut the cords on the inside when you were cutting it down, and then I bought, like, you can buy, not anymore because Motor Guides dissolved, but you can buy at the time the spot lock separate, just a little chip plug in. So I pulled the motor apart, put the chip in, and then put it back together, and that was like one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Yeah. Oh, Weicker has built XI3s from like parts.
Yeah,
He was like,
yeah,
yeah, you can buy all the individual parts and just like build it. So yeah, that was a good move.
yeah,
Um, and I might be skipping ahead a little bit, but I always like to ask people like, who do they want to thank, or who do you any like sponsors, or obviously like wife and kids and things like that, and say that, but who do you want to thank for just, allowing us to be crazy and do what we do?
yeah. I mean, I think I gave you all a shout out, but you and Tacey and everybody behind the scenes. Hannigan, we fish together. He's a buddy of mine. Like, appreciate. Um, I know BKFT getting dissolved, and then this turning into to OKF has been awesome, and I haven't heard really any bad things. So kudos to you all. Like, this is one of my favorite things. You guys run a great series, so thank you. Um, number one, shout out to my wife. Like, this woman lets me fish when a ridiculous amount, and I know that, and I don't know if she knows that I know that, but I'm super grateful. We have another kid on the way here in a couple of months, so just telling her now the fishing's not going to stop. So we'll figure that out. But no, she really gives me the opportunity and the time to be able to do this. She kills it at home. Best stay at home mom ever, and she really gives me all the opportunity and chances, and is always pushing me and is in my corner. So thanks, Haley. Love you. Um, and then really, like, if COKFL wasn't around, Dick Nauta, really good buddy of mine, and all the guys in that league, that's like a weekly energy boost. I mean, I look forward to Wednesdays so much, just getting together with the guys, shooting the shit, having a good time, catching some fish. Um, and that's, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And then they do like no motors. I'm like,
no
what's
motors, man. We're traditional. You
going
gotta
on?
either have an oar or you gotta have pedals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it sounds like you're fishing a lot, but it sounds like you work hard, working a lot, and then you're fishing. It's easy to say when the kid comes, you're not, the kid comes, like whatever. I'm like,
yeah, yeah,
when your baby is born, that's after the tournament season. So that's easy to say you're gonna keep fishing, right?
yes, yeah,
When's the
yeah,
baby
yeah.
born?
We're
October, November?
yeah, mid October. Dick Nauta and I and some other guys, they invited me on a pheasant hunting trip last year. That was a blast. That's a couple weeks after that for opener. So I'm planning on going again this year, as long as everything goes smooth with the new babe. So,
Yeah.
um, and then I usually sit in a tree stand a couple days each year as well.
Yeah.
So typically I'm done by December with all the activities.
Sleep in the tree stand, fall asleep.
Yeah, sleep. Oh, I bow hunt, so I don't sleep in
Oh,
a
okay.
tree stand.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you on your phone?
Oh, I really try not to be. I only get to sit in the stand maximum 2 days out of the year, and it's usually right before Thanksgiving. So I've got a couple of really good spots that just produce a lot of deer. And I, I mean, I passed up like this past year. I probably passed up 12 deer. Year before that, I passed up like I shit you not. There was 25 down in the holler where I was hunting at,
Wow.
by 8 a.m. in and out, just nonstop. So
I'm I'm trying to put
yeah, and then
yeah.
it'll be rebuild. Get everything organized, get the garage cleaned up, and I got to finish building this addition for this new baby that's coming in 2 months.
But like an addition, what do you mean? Like an actual
Yeah, yeah, I'm
baby
building a
room
two
or
bedroom addition on our house. Yeah,
what?
and that's the baby room and a guest room. Yeah,
It's gonna start snowing in like mid-October.
yeah, that would be bad.
All right,
Oh, we're getting close. I
man.
just ran a bunch of new electric for the new room, so we're getting close.
Hey, if you need once you get it done, if you need drywall done, I know a guy.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let me know. Hit me
Yeah.
up. I know a guy that can drywall.
I know a guy that can get you a discount on the material, not the labor.
Yeah, yeah, or the labor. Yeah, the labor that comes with the knowledge of. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Messed up drywall is you can tell if someone knows what they're doing or not.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of sanding with the knot part.
Oh man,
Yeah,
it's miserable.
but
Always,
yeah,
always. Somebody's, oh, I want to come work for you guys and hang drywall. I'm like, no, you don't, dude. You do not want to hang drywall the rest of your life. Don't do it.
right. And you know what? And a lot of it is like I grew up hanging like drywall and finishing with my dad.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is like who built the structure, right? Like
Yeah.
the
Oh
framing.
God.
You're like, what
Yeah.
you do this?
The hangers get pissed at the framers. The finishers get pissed at the hangers, and it
Yeah.
just rolls downhill. The painters gets pissed at the finishers.
Yeah. Probably the same with the plumbing and the electric. Probably
Yeah.
they all blame someone else.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Well, if your drywall is anything like the fishing, I think the baby will be in good hands with a nice, safe space. Uh, do you already know? I know you posted some stuff online, but boy, girl, do you know?
We don't know. We
Oh
did that the first time. We're not going to find out. So
man,
yeah, we're just going to
that's
keep it a surprise.
impressive.
Yeah, and we're kind of crazy. We're doing an at-home birth, as we planned for the first one. Kind of had some complications, and I still got to deliver the baby in the hospital, which was super cool. Um, but yeah, I'm also daddy doula, trained doula, so
There you
I,
go.
I will deliver. I will deliver that baby in our living room.
You need to stop with your hobbies. With your
Yeah,
hobbies. Yeah.
yeah.
So you're having a largemouth or smallmouth? You don't know yet.
I don't know yet,
You don't
man. I
know.
don't know.
You don't know. Could be a
But
green.
Mama is always bumping hard on number two, so it
Yeah.
looks like a big kid right now.
All right. Well, I mean, in my experience, it didn't. None of that stuff panned out. We always knew what we were having, but I have four kids, but the size and all that stuff didn't. It didn't follow like all the stuff you read online. Everything you read
Yeah,
online is true. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
for sure. All the wives' tales and all that. Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah.
all for sure.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. I hope. Obviously, every wish you the best. Everything goes as planned.
Thank you.
But you know what you're doing, so it's good.
Yeah,
Can't wait to get an update. It'll like you said, we'll be going to that part of the season where we're starting to think about cleaning up our fishing gear, re-rigging, doing all that stuff. And so to see like Facebook updates on personal stuff in the off season is actually pretty cool. I look forward to seeing like, hey, what's everyone up to? Like you can't get around a campfire or around the, Central Ohio Kayak Fishing League. Everyone kind of goes at the ramp while not as like judging fish, and you kind of catch up on your buddy's life and hey, what's going on? So, um,
yeah.
yeah, that time of year is pretty cool. So I love it. Um, Listen, man, I told you I wouldn't keep you forever. I don't know how time flies when we do these recordings, but time is up. And anything you want to say before we go, before you get back to catching dinner?
Like I said, appreciate you guys putting together the series. Great time. Always like super high quality work. COKFL. If you guys are watching this video, we could use a few more anglers throughout the season. Feel free to reach out to me. We had a few guys kind of move locations and some other stuff going on and some different stuff for different folks in their lives. So we're kind of down in numbers this year. We're probably only averaging, 12 to 14 guys. So in the years past, we've had a couple of events where we're 20 plus on a Wednesday night, which is a pretty good crowd. And we could use a few more bodies back just to keep the competition up. It's a good time, good way to sharpen your skills. So come on out to COKFL. Again, shout out to my wife and family. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to that 20.5-inch fatty on the mag fatty. And then, shout out to all the guys that compete in the OKF series and who have, the best part about all this is these people that you don't really know at the start of the season, kind of like we talked about, at the trophy ceremony. And then they become your friends, and then some of them become your best friends. Like, this is the greatest sport on the planet. And if you think fishing is still about catching, it ain't about it, dog. So I'll leave you all with that. Appreciate the time. And I'll see you on the next, what do we got? Salt Fork?
Yep, Salt Fork, and then the
Salt Fork.
TOC that you will be at.
TOC, super excited, man. I was joking around with last thing. I was joking around with Owen Klein. We were BSing at boat things or something, and I said I might just have to screw around and win this tournament so I can qualify for TOC because my points are kind of lacking. It's like USOB. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a hammer too. Owen Klein.
He is, dude.
Oh,
Great kid.
Yeah.
Great kid.
For sure. You know what? I mean, I don't have anything else to add. Like, everything you said to wrap this up was absolutely perfect. So I'll let you get back to your vacation. And congratulations again on the win. Congratulations to everyone that won. We had the Latin Bass Fishing Club came out.
Yeah.
One of the guys got big bass, 21 and a quarter. So having new people, existing people that just come, and like we talked about, like the Wednesday nighter, it doesn't matter what you have. If you have an Ascend 10T now and you want to come out and fish, I mean, there's people that launch at the ramp and go a few hundred yards and win the tournament.
Yeah. We just had a kid do that a few weeks ago at Alum. I mean, it doesn't have a pedal drive or nothing. So anybody can win them. It's a good way to sharpen your skills.
Yep. And meet a lot of great people, like you said.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Well, thanks, Corey. I appreciate your time, and good luck at Salt Fork, and good luck at the TOC.
Hey, thanks, Billy. Appreciate the time, man.
Thanks, man. Talk to you later.
Catch you guys later.